In East London in 1931, a woman named Mary Smith woke up every morning at 3 o'clock to shoot dried peas at three-story windows for sixpence a week. If she missed a single pane, a weaver like James Mitchell would miss his shift at 5 in the morning. Missing that shift meant James lost a full day's wage or got locked out of the mill completely. Mechanical alarm clocks existed, but they cost a fortune and broke constantly, so James couldn't afford one. That meant he had to pay Mary to blow hard through a long rubber tube, rattling his glass with a flurry of hard peas until he stuck his head out the window to show he was awake. But that's not the strange part. Before James lived in a smoggy city, his grandfathers didn't need Mary or a pea shooter to wake up before sunrise. You might assume people back then relied entirely on roosters or the morning sun. But roosters crow at odd hours, and winter sun shows up far too late. So when ancient warriors or rural farmers needed to wake up at an exact hour, they manipulated their own organs. They drank massive quantities of water right before laying down. A full bladder acts as a precise biological alarm, forcing a sleeper awake in 4 or 5 hours. Then towns grew bigger, which meant people stopped relying on their bladders and turned to communal noise. James' parents listened for church bells ringing canonical hours in the night or the early morning call to prayer echoing across rooflines. Eventually, steam engines replaced church towers as the heartbeat of daily life. Huge factory whistles, known as hooters, blasted across whole neighborhoods to announce the start of a shift, which meant entire cities woke up together at the exact same minute. But factory hooters created a brand new problem for men like James. The steam whistle blew for everyone, but if James worked an odd night shift down at the docks, a generic city whistle blew at the wrong time. You would assume James would just buy a candle clock or a water clock, the kind ancient Romans used to drop metal balls into bowls. But those delicate gadgets were far too expensive for a working family. So James turned to the knocker-upper. Mary Smith walked her dark route with a pocket full of peas, checking small slate boards nailed beside front doors where workers chalked their desired wake-up time. Which brings up a question almost everyone asks, who woke up the knocker-upper? Mary didn't use an alarm either. She was a night owl who slept during the bright afternoon and worked as a night watchman before her morning rounds. Her entire sleep schedule was flipped upside down just to keep the city's gears turning. Before cheap brass alarm clocks flooded store shelves in the mid-20th century, time wasn't something you kept on a nightstand. It was a physical service passed from person to person through long bamboo poles, morning whistles, and rattling dried peas against a bedroom pane. Tomorrow morning, when your phone chimes softly on your desk, remember James looking out his window into the damp London fog, nodding to a woman holding a pea shooter in the dark. We didn't master time with technology, we bought it 3 pence at a time from our neighbors.